Hey everyone, welcome back to another Movement Monday. I'm Kelly Laverty with Be Rooted Dance Movement Therapy, and I come on here to inspire, guide, help you to connect to your body through these weekly movement exercises and practices. So this week's Movement Monday theme, it is December 30th, and New Year's is around the corner, and so much pressure often is on this time of year, is on looking ahead, jumping into the new year, making all these changes. And I really want to encourage you to slow down and really find your foundation of connection to yourself and where you are in the moment. Where are your feet right now? I want to encourage you to be where your feet are. And with this week's theme, rather than jumping ahead and trying to move and change and act in all this way, I want to acknowledge that action doesn't really come from a stressful place. It doesn't really come from like our mind goes blank when we're like, when we're stressed, right? So when we're forced, that is reaction. And we do have action in a reaction, fight, flight, freeze. Our stress system acts, but it is not intentional, it is not mindful, it is not in a regulated way. We act in a default mode, autopilot, survival mode, and that's okay. But when you start to think of all these ways you want to change for the new year or how you want to make things better for yourself, acknowledge that that only is going to happen if you're not in a stress mode. So the first thing you need to do before you make any change is learn to connect to your body safely. Learn to find the safe space, the connection of here I am right now, and be able to spend time there, be able to deregulate that stress and kind of come into yourself in a safe way, into this moment, and let that guide you to your next action. Because it's only from that safe space that we know the action we want to take, that we can make that decision and help our brain and body connect in a very integrated way. Our brain goes offline in stress and we go into automatic behavior that our nervous system has ingrained since childhood. And in childhood, we usually got patterns that were effective for that moment, but we were a child. We were not powerful, we were not autonomous. We had to keep ourselves safe and do the best we could with not as many resources as we have as adults. The problem is our nervous system is already set and really patterned from childhood. So we have all these resources and we don't use them. The way to get back and tap into your resources and be able to use them is to come into a safe space in your body. So that's what this week is about, is to find that space where your feet are, to connect to the now, to the space you're in, and then take steps from that. So we're gonna practice that today. And I want you to just, wherever you're at, allow yourself to connect and actually look and find your feet. You might be in a chair, you might be lying down, that's okay, wherever you're at, find your feet and maybe make some shifts, make some bounces, make some movement to help you feel yourself here, to bring your attention and focus into the body, get out of your head, out of everywhere your thoughts are and what you need to do. Come into this moment and really sense your feet. Take your attention inward to the feeling of your weight. Maybe you're standing and your knees and hips and shoulders, spine is all in alignment over your feet. You can feel as you rock or shift or sway that connection, how our feet connect up through our pelvic floor, through our spine, and give us this base, all right? I want you to take a breath and let it out. be curious about the sensations in your body right now, the feelings, the energy, awareness. You might have a sense of where in your body is there energy, where is there emotions happening, where might your brain be focused and curious and trying to interpret. Allow yourself to be there and just feel it. And maybe you pair a movement with that feeling, with the sensation or energy sense that you have. I'm getting a little bit of awareness up in my upper body, some tension. So my movement is just exploring and starting to open that, all right? That is my next step. It's based on the sensations, the feeling I have in my body that there's a little bit of tightness here as I breathe and I want to open, and that's my impulse, my body's signal, okay? And as I did that, now I'm starting to feel there's some energy in my arms, and there's some momentum that wants me to go forward and back. And as I do that, I'm staying really in tune with what my body is telling me, and I'm noticing with that energy, I want to play. I want to move forward and back and shift my feet. And I want to take a step and feel what that feels like in my body. I'm going to take a step back and arrive and notice. Play around with taking steps or shifts, movements, any which way in your body. And then pausing, letting yourself arrive and really get a sensory experience, tuning in to what it's like to be in that space, to have moved, whether you move forward or back, or side to side, or you're just remaining in the same space. How have you shifted? I might look like I'm back in the same place I started at, but internally and even externally in my frame, I'm in a different place. I feel different in my body. And this place is where I now feel like I have this energy. I opened up this, I have this energy here in my belly that wants to go, wants to move, and that I can tap into, and that can help me take that momentum into change, into some action in my day. So I want you to try this. I'd love to hear comments below on what comes up for you. I want you to try, before you try change and acting, really connect and assess to where you're at. And if you can't do that, if that's a struggle, that's part of the issue, why change isn't sustainable, why it's hard, why you keep going back to default mode and you're not following through, and maybe you judge yourself or like, why can't I keep any resolution or goal? Or it's because we're not letting ourselves connect to where we're at and really get an understanding and an assessment of where we're starting from. And we're also maybe have an awareness, but it's stressful and we want to fix it, to get out of it. We have to create safety in the experience of the now, safety in being where you're at, bringing acceptance into that moment, which just means you're aware and you're in it and you're not fighting it. It doesn't mean you enjoy that experience. You might be getting discomfort signals, you might be getting tension and pain and like, I don't want to stay here. That's all information that is really helpful without judgment. It's really helpful for action if we can use it and assess it. But if we are judging it, shaming ourselves, bringing more tension, it's just piling on the stress and our body reacts and we go into default mode and we don't change. So I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please comment below or reach out to me. You can go to my Linktree. There's many ways to reach out. I teach a weekly intuitive movement class Thursday mornings that I live stream, so you can tune in that way, or if you are in the Westchester, Pennsylvania area, you can come live. I do virtual dance movement therapy sessions or in person here in studio in Westchester. And we could work together one-on-one if you are needing more help with finding safety in the body, finding that ability to tune in and be there. And if you want feedback, if you want guidance on how to shift and how to create new patterns in your life, that's what I do as a dance movement therapist, helping you get out of your head and put these changes into motion in your life so they can make a big difference. So I'd love for you to reach out and like and subscribe to my page, to these Monday movement practices. Every Monday I have a new video, and I look forward to tuning in with you. Please keep practicing your movement and realizing how simple moves can make a big difference. Take care.